podcast.
I'm Big Baby Brian Gerber with G Fitness.
I'm Little Crazy, aka Esteban Soto with Soto Fitness and MMA, man. How you feeling, big guy?
I'm feeling great. You ready to go with this first episode or what?
Dude, I'm hyped, I'm pumped. I've been thinking about this all week since you called me last week, man. Like, the thing I love about Brian is he don't waste any time. He's a go-getter. He called me up, he said, you want to do this? The way I work, the way I operate, I'm right on it as well, man.
You know, it's awesome when you can have somebody that you can work out with, talk about everything with, that has some of the same goals and the similar work ethic and same mindset. And when you have someone like that works like with one another, it goes well. So
yeah, that's why I'm
like excited to get after this.
Some people are like, yeah, like I didn't see that one coming. I'm like, you shouldn't be surprised at all. Like I'm not surprised at all. Like, I'm like, this is thunder and lightning in the sense, you know what I mean? I'm like, me and Brian are doing the same things right now, it's the best sense of like, I wouldn't call it even friendly competition because we're just, the way we motivate and push each other, it's just like we're right up the same alley. Like the way this guy works, it's like me in a different body, I think, I don't know how to explain it. But
exactly, and I reached out to Esteban. I see how he does his work on a daily basis. I see his mindset. What his goals are. He's got his head on straight, and honestly, successful people surround themselves with other successful people. So, like-minded people surround themselves with other like-minded people, and ultimately, that's how you reach your goals. But anyway, guys, just a little background on the two of us. Like I said, I'm Brian Gerber with G Fitness, and basically, why we're starting this podcast. It's not only for us. We feel like we kind of have it figured out. Obviously, we have a lot of things. Not at all figured out. That's not what I meant. We have it a little like on the right track of figuring it out. But why we're starting this podcast is because we want to share a little bit of our knowledge with you guys and kind of relate the stories and some of the stuff that we've gone through and try and help you guys out. And maybe you can relate to some of the things that have happened to us.
We want to go through our day-to-day throughout the week, give you guys a good solid chunk of motivation weekly. We're going to chime in, pick each other's brains as much as we can. I know there's a lot that I can learn from Brian, and Brian knows there's a ton he can learn from me just as much, So we're going to just try to, compare and contrast what we do when we're not together and just share what we do when we are together. Because when we are together, we're killing it. We're pushing the pace. We're amping up the volume. There's not today we had to work out at Mass, so there's a lot of heavy breathing, not a lot of wiggle room for anything else. But yeah, like he was saying, like-minded people, the biggest thing with me and Brian, I feel like is real recognizes real. That's something, when Brian came to me and approached me with this opportunity, I said, you know what, I know what Brian's about, I rock with Brian, I'm riding with his movement, regardless. If we weren't doing this podcast, I'd be right behind him pushing his brand just as much as I know he's going to do the same for me. So when I saw that, I was like, you know what? Real really does recognize real because he came to the right guy. If you want somebody who's going to push the pace, push you in your workout, going to make you think a little bit more, make you really sit back and, question your own methods, your own way of living and things like that, just to make you work. You think, like he said, he's like, yeah, we got it all together, but then we come to each other and we butt heads in a good way to where it's like, hold up. Maybe I should be approaching this like that.
Exactly. And I don't want you guys.
And bringing it to you guys.
I don't want you guys to think that we're just like these two guys that are just these two in good shape guys that like to work out. Like there's so much more to it.
Fit guy gets more fit.
Basically, what it is me and Soto, we both had things that have been detrimental to us. That we've had setbacks. Okay, and I'll start off by saying this, I don't want anyone to think me and Soto are just doing this because we're guys who like to work out, who are athletes. This is so much more than that. So why I really decided to start doing this, and why I reached out to Esteban, like we said, we're two like-minded individuals who have similar goals of success. And honestly, guys, a big part of this is why I'm doing this is because I get a sense of accomplishment when I understand that I'm able to help out other people.
Absolutely.
Just a quick, little background on me. It hasn't been the easiest couple of years for me. When I was at my freshman year, I was at the University of Pittsburgh on a big baseball scholarship, and I thought I was on top of the world. I thought everything was was going my way, and the year went by. I thought I played well. I thought I did everything I could, and then my coaching staff gets fired, which forced me to kind of leave the university. After that series of events happened, I could tell you, I was not the same person at all. I was second guessing everything I was about myself. I was super insecure. I lost all my confidence on the baseball field. And I kind of just felt like there was no way out. I thought that there was no solution to this. I felt like just because this happened to me, like why me? Why did this happen to me? And people can sit here and they can say, well, why did these things happen to me? Or you can be the person that says, okay, this thing happened to me because I'm strong enough to be able to get past it. And that's what I've learned from the minute this quarantine started. My main priority was I'm going to make my mental strength as big of a priority as my physical strength. I have had the privilege to work with one of the top mental coaches in the entire world, Dr. Rob Bell, and his biggest saying is, it's not about the setback, it's about the comeback. And what that means to me, that quote right there stuck with me so much, because I can look back and I can think about all the setbacks in my life that I let have such a burden on me, and really, if I could just use those setbacks as huge fuel comebacks, that's the way you want to live life. And like I said, you don't have these setbacks if you're not strong enough to have these comebacks. And that's what we're preaching. That's what we're looking to inspire for you guys. And I'm telling you right now, we have the tools to help you guys out, and we're just trying to spread the wealth.
Yeah, and it's like you said, it's not like, okay, fit guys get more fit, big surprise, we're doing what we used to do, you know. We're really trying to, give you guys a behind the scenes look, a little bit of a deeper picture, a deeper look into how we do what we do, why we do what we do. And because it's not easy, Sometimes from the outside looking in, you're like, oh, dude, these guys got it all together. They're just out here killing it. It's easy for them because they like to do it. You don't think, we miss parties? You don't think we like going in bed at 10 a.m. and waking up at 6 a.m. to run? It's not fun, but somebody has to do it. Everything that I want, I have to earn. No one's gonna give it to me. No one's ever given me anything ever before in my life, man. And like me and Brian kind of have a similar, where we're at now, we kind of, weaved our way into it the same way. Different paths completely, but if you kind of, look at the big picture of things, we kind of eased into what we're doing now in the same way. Like I was a big national league ranked weightlifter. I was doing my thing. I was traveling all across the country. Outside the country, I was making the world team, had national championships, even have a youth world record. And I thought I had it all planned out. As a kid, you just like, yeah, but you soon to find out how expendable athletes are, as you go along, and as the older you get, the wiser you get. And it came to the point where I dropped about 286 pounds on my head. First injury, never broke a bone, never been concussed. First injury of all time, cracked my skull open, big major setback.
Exactly.
But it's not about that. Yeah. It's not about what happened to me, it's about how I deal with it, how I react. Like he was saying, I had to stop thinking to myself, people, oh, are you still lifting? Are you still working out? I'm not a weightlifter, I'm not just an athlete, I'm not just some strong guy, I'm not just a fighter, I'm not just a wrestler, I've never been just those things. At the end of the day, I'm a son, I'm a friend, I'm a brother, and that made me, being told I come from, I can go do a backflip, I can go pick up 400 plus pounds on my own leisure, at my own free will, and then someone tells me I gotta sit place, I can't move, I can't read, I can't watch TV, so it gets you thinking.
Exactly.
You sit back and you're like, hold up, what am I outside of all of this? Who am I outside? Put all this stuff aside. Who am I as an individual? And I knew I was a hard worker. I knew that all that stuff aside, that I was meant to, make a difference to the people around me. And I think I can do that with or without my athletics, with or without what I do in my fitness life. And like you said, it got me thinking, and I did something, I looked at my life and I said, listen, and it's something, no surprise to anyone, when I made this change in my sports, no surprise to Brian, I don't think it was a surprise to my family, my friends, anybody, my old coaches. I looked at my life and I said, all right, listen, your whole life's been a fight. You've been fighting your whole life, whether it's with your family, whether it's against the school system, whether against the justice system, whether it's with your friends, in a sense, I've been fighting, I wouldn't, take it deep to survival, but my whole life has been a fight. It's been a strive. It's been something that, in a sense that I'm scratching and crawling for everything that I got. And that's just, the hand that I was dealt with, but I wouldn't ask for any other hand. Yeah. And I looked at my life and I said, you don't want to go back in the gym, clock in those 4-hour sessions, lifting tons of weight, breaking my hips, breaking my back, for what? I told myself, I was like, what do you really want to do? What's your dream? What do you really want at the end of the day? How do you think, what's going to satisfy you? How do you think that you're going to look back at your legacy, your career, and go, Yeah, I did it the right way. And I knew this is something I wanted to do. 9 years old, if you asked me what I wanted to be, I said I wanted to be a fighting world champion. If you asked me what I wanted to do at 14, I would have told you I wanted to fight Mayweather. And then you asked me at 19, when I was 20 years old when I got injured.
Exactly.
So you asked me at 20, all right, what are you doing next? You going back in the gym, you're lifting? I took it as a blessing and a curse, that injury. You know, I could take it, never lift again, never do another sport. I could be a cook, I could be a teacher, you know, something I could move in a whole different mind frame. But I say, you know, I'm gonna reinvent myself. Exactly. And not just as an athlete, not just as a,
When you talk about the reinvent yourself, you know, I can really relate to that. Because honestly, it was with about, you know, since the last couple months, I can really see my difference in a person. And the reason why I say that is because, like, it's not even with the baseball field. I kind of just, you know, that situation that happened to me back in my freshman year kind of expanded through other circumstances in my whole entire life. So yeah, it was big on the baseball field where, you know, I felt that insecurity, but since I didn't deal with it there, it transferred over to my everyday life. So what we're trying to get at here is we're not trying to have you compare like, oh, like you got your scholarship lost at a university, or you know, you didn't know.
Big deal. Like,
we're trying to help you guys realize, you know, things that have happened to you and realize that it's okay. Like, it is okay that you've had major setbacks in your life. It is okay that you've had major setbacks. And what we've learned, and what I've learned these past couple months, is every single setback you can use it as a comeback. Yeah. Every single setback you can use it as a comeback. And we don't want you to sit here and be like, okay, well, if you haven't had the baseball thing, or you haven't had a thing where you had to reinvent yourself, that's not what it is. It's if you're overweight and, you know, you're insecure to go on the beach, if you're insecure to do things,
scared to ask that girl out, scared to apply for that
scared to
job.
do anything. Like, at the end of the day, you'll never know what you can accomplish unless you go out and do it. That's what we're trying to get you guys to do.
They're like, oh, like, why would I wake up at 6? Like, yeah, I can't run 5 miles. Okay, you know, the first time I went for a long run, it wasn't 5 miles. I don't know if I finished a mile. The first time I picked up a weight in this very gym, my friends were all benching the bar. It might have been a naked bar themselves, but I had to go to the easy bar because I wasn't strong enough. I was 60-something pounds. And you know what? My friends will talk about it to this day. They left, I came back the next day. Yeah. They left, I came back the next day, the next day, the next day. And I made shit happen because I wanted stuff to happen. You know, nothing's easy at first. You know, that first week, that first month, it's going to be grueling. Whatever it is you want to try, whether it's, you know, you want to switch your major, whether you want to just pick up and start something completely new, it's going to be foreign. It's going to feel like, you got 2 left hands. But once you get the hang of it, there's nothing more accomplishing than setting a goal and conquering that.
Exactly. Soto and I talk a lot about, you know, doing things that are challenging for yourself. And why we talk about a lot of things that are challenging for ourselves is because when you do something that's challenging, that you're second guessing yourself whether you can do it, and then you accomplish it, the reward at the end of that is so amazing. Like, I've never ran before in my entire life. I've never been a runner. I've never taught. And I'm watching, you know, this guy David Goggins, who's a great motivational speaker, runs 13 miles every single day. And I just watched this documentary called the Barclays Marathon. It's the hardest marathon in the entire world. Like, only 5 people have finished it total in the entire world.
That terrain.
And I'm watching people go crazy on this thing, running back-to-back marathons left and right. And I get
doctors, lawyers,
normal people, everyday people, regular people. And I get up the next morning. I go, I just watched this documentary. I just watched everyday normal people go out there and challenge themselves to the fullest. And I can't get out there and do something today that I've never done. And that's what we're trying to get you guys to do. Just because you're in a place right now, you think you're in a big hole, all you got to do is get that shovel and start digging. And that's the start to your journey. And that's the start to your journey. You like that shit?
I like that.
I'm telling you, we're on to something here. Yo, you guys got to strap in. I'm telling you, like, we had to get opened up a little bit, but they don't know. Like, look at me, I still got to work on that jab.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? A little left hook, never hurt nobody.
Listen, like, I was just, right? Yeah, we had the photo shoot in a little bit earlier last week.
We killed it.
My jab's not there yet. Like, I'm telling you, it's not there yet, but it's coming along.
We're working on it all.
It's coming along.
He's getting
two paths crossing together, getting our minds right. That's all it is.
And like you're saying with challenging ourselves, man. Like, that's something I could go through the motions. I could go 80% every single day, and I'm gonna see no results. You know, I might look the same because I'm young. I eat right. That's something else we're gonna get into. But I'm young. I eat right, and I'm staying active. I'm gonna maintain. I'm gonna level out. But I want to push myself. I want to take myself to a different height. When it comes to reinventing myself, not just how I look physically, you know, I want it in my face too, in the way I carry myself. Like, yo, like I want to be unrecognizable. When you see me, like, hold up, yo, like you wasn't talking like this the last time I saw you. You were a little, whatever. But I want to reinvent myself, and that's the challenging part, pushing myself every single day, reading the Word, whether that's for me, for my Bible, studying my programs, working on my programs, pushing myself to educate myself on my own, reading these articles about fruit and vegetables at 11 o'clock at night when I rather, you don't think I'd rather fire up the PS4, you don't think I'd rather, call my buddies, see what's popping, there's a lot of things that's the challenging part, day in and day out. It's one thing, if we get in, we crush it today, and if I don't see Brian for another 2 months, all that stuff doesn't matter. The challenging part is doing this day in, day out.
And when Soto talks about reinventing himself,
he knows I mean
I know that, but I truly mean that I feel like these past 4 months that I've started to reinvent who Brian Gerber is. And when I say that, what I mean is
I agree. I see
I decided my physical ability is only going to take me so far in life, okay? Like in baseball, my physical ability has taken me this far. And every time that I feel like I haven't reached my top peak, there's always that one thing that's standing out to me, and it's my mental side, it's my mental game. And every single time that I've had something that's come up that, I know it's because of my mental game, I kind of just blew it off because I knew it was going to be tough. I knew it was going to be hard work. I knew it was going to be just like building on my body. I knew getting my mind right was going to be hard work. When I decided to finally reinvent myself and put as much time into my mental game as I did my physical game, that's when I really saw the strides in reinventing who Brian Gerber is. Build up from the physical side to the mental side. That's the build up, and that's the foundation of who Brian Gerber is meant to be. But it took a lot of work, and I still have a lot more work to do. But this is the journey that I want to start, and I'm on the right track now because I know I'm taking care of it. I'm taking the right steps to better myself, not only mentally but obviously physically as well.
Sheesh, man. No, that's something we should dive in right away, like the mental aspect, because that's something I think that helped me out a lot more too. Like, I feel like in the past, I've always sold myself short because I wasn't there mentally. And that could be for whatever circumstances I was dealing with, but that's not what important. That's not what people see when you get second place or you get third place. They don't see the mishaps that you have to deal with at home, especially as a kid, They don't see the things going on behind closed doors. They just see a third place medal. They just see a second place medal. And when you win, they only see the gold medal around your neck. They don't see everything that you had to dig through, claw through to get there. At the end of the day, no one cares. It's not about how hard you get hit. It's about it's not about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. No one cares what I'm going through on my day to day. They want to see me compete. They want to see me perform. They want to be entertained. At the end of the day,
like he says, at the end of the day, nobody truly cares. Like nobody truly cares. Like if you have a problem with yourself, the first person that needs to own up, the first person that needs to own it is yourself. Once you finally sit down with yourself and own the problem that is the cause of the problem, and you finally truly own it and say to yourself, okay, this is the problem, I really need to make a change in my life. Once you really are mature enough, and once you finally can realize that this is the problem and this is what I need to do to change it, that is when you're going to see big strides. Hiding, sitting in the back, trying to do things that are comfortable for you, that is not going to be successful. Doing things that are uncomfortable for yourself and things that you may fail at is what's going to take you to be the best version of yourself.
Something for me that I noticed that the biggest change for me, when I look back at my athletic career alone, I noticed every single time I fell short, I wasn't there mentally. I wasn't doing the stuff outside of the gym. Something, Brian, I know you can relate to. If you want us to get in the gym to get the workout done, we'll get in and get the workout done. That's easy for a lot of people. But where I was falling short to the rest of my competition is what I was doing outside the gym. Whether it would have been like partying, my diet, my sleep schedule, my stress levels. And like you said, the past couple months, like honestly, quarantine could have been one of the best things that ever happened to me because I had to sit down and buckle down, A lot of those distractions were aside, and I'm like, wow, look how well I'm working when I have time to focus on myself, when I'm working my mental, when I'm educating myself, when I'm keeping all my gears sharp, everything moving the way it needs to move. When I was thinking right, I had a good head screwed on my shoulders, and that's what I saw the difference in my game. That's what got me up early. That's what got me with the 5:30 runs. That's what got me not missing any practices. That's what got me reaching out to people to come work with them rather than staying with myself and worrying about myself. Like, hey, listen, yo, I think I got something to learn from you. Or, yo, listen, I need you. I see potential in you, and I don't want to waste it. And now I'm in a position where I'm doing so well, I can really grab on other people, mold them, and I'm not doing them a disservice because I'm in the right headspace. If you're in the wrong headspace and you're trying to help everybody out, you're doing them a disservice. Because the people who care about you, they want to see you get yourself right first before you start going around and trying to win a Nobel Peace Prize. It's like, yo, hold up. I know you. I can see it on your face. You're battling some demons, bro.
Truly, what he said. At the end of the day, don't give a shit what anybody thinks of you.
No.
Not one thing.
Ask him if I ever gave a shit what anyone thought of me.
We don't give a shit.
I
don't give a shit. I know he doesn't give a shit.
I used to be
Our cameraman Christian doesn't give a shit. Let me tell you something right now. Do what anybody thinks of you.
I used to rock the purple, the red skinny jeans.
You know,
you killing it.
I'm telling you, back in the day, he had his Osiris on.
No, I never rocked those. I had the Vans.
The high top weird Vans. That's what it was.
I had the Vans. I never rocked the Osiris's.
But at the end of the day, it's like, if you want to do something, go out and do it. But at the end of the day, whatever with the Osiris, they ain't even a brand anymore. You wonder why? You know what I mean? Because Soda bought them out.
I had to get rid of them. That's a boo-boo. But
at the end of the day, it's like
you gotta be true to yourself.
True to yourself, exactly. Like you can't care what anybody thinks of you. Like if you're overweight, do something
about it. Get those miles in.
Let me tell you something right now. Nothing makes me more happy. I swear to God, I say it all the time. Nothing makes me more happy is when I see someone that's overweight putting in the work to try and get better.
Yeah.
Why you can never criticize? You can never criticize someone for getting out there and trying to better themselves.
Or a skinny guy getting in the gym and doing his thing.
And trying to
have to start somewhere.
Exactly. You got to start somewhere. Why not start now?
People always talk about, yo, I'm gonna get big at my house and then go to the gym. Bro, go to the gym. Everybody's small. Everybody's weird. We're all different shapes and sizes. No one really cares. I'm in good shape. Brian's in good shape. When I'm in the gym, I'm not eyeing people up and in my mind dissing them. Like, yo, look at that guy. He's only doing whatever. I don't care. I'm commending you. I might give you a high 500 pound if it wasn't 6 feet social distancing. That wasn't the whatever. But like, just know that everyone's worried about themselves, and that's what you should be doing. Don't be worried about everybody worrying about you. Worry about yourself and get your shit done first. Like, it's gonna feel so invigorating when you're done and you accomplish these things and you start to chip away at these goals and just reach those goals closer and closer every single day. I'm telling you, you're gonna get so much validation in that, man. That process is nothing's better than that.
You couldn't have said it any better. Like, so for the G Fitness workout page, like I've actually had, some people that, are overweight or, who aren't happy with the way they look. And nothing makes me happier than sitting down and, realizing that, I'm going to have an impact on this person's life.
Yeah, dude, I love that.
This isn't for us, man. Like, this is for us in a way. But at the end of the day, it's like, at the end of the day, it's like we want to share what we've learned and what we've been through to help other people that maybe haven't had the same resources or the same knowledge that we've had. So we want to just pass that along to you guys. Like, we're here to help you. We're doing this for you guys. We're doing this to make lasting impacts on people of all different backgrounds. People of all different kinds, people of all different fitness levels, people everywhere. We want to make an impact from people who haven't had the same opportunities and the same resources as we had to get better mentally and physically.
Because if we can inspire a handful of people, I'm gonna feel good about myself. Not like in a cocky way, but I'm gonna feel like, listen, like if it was 1 or 2 people, I'll take it. If I can make someone's life change for the better, then I'm doing something right. And like he was saying, nothing makes me happier like when I get to work with my athletes and I see them accomplish something and they get giddy and they're excited, they're all riled up. I'm like, yes, that's the feeling I want. That's the feeling I strive for as a coach, as a trainer. Like when I take somebody from scratch and I can get them somewhere and they see the results themselves and they finish a workout, they finish something, they're like, I feel great. Or like you can see this, like sometimes they'll do a dance. One of my clients, a girl, when I first started working with her, she couldn't even backpedal. She couldn't even run backwards. She couldn't throw a punch. Now she's hitting the icky shuffle on the footwork ladder, doing her thing, shadow boxing, and and I see her she did the icky shuffle, killed it. She started snapping, finished it. She did a little dance. I was so happy for her. I was so proud of her because I know I had I take no big credit, no credit in the big picture, but I know I was a part of that.
Yeah.
I pushed her, I helped her get there, and that's what makes me get up in the morning and go to the gym for hours on a day.
Soto says a lot about, he has clients that start at places where they don't even know what they're doing. And I just want you guys to know, like, that was me and Soto.
You gotta start
Soto and I started as, the skinny guys. When I was younger, I wasn't in good shape. Like this, the mold of what we are is literally just a replication of
he was on the Unlimited football team in 3rd grade.
I mean, literally, I dealt with weight issues my whole childhood growing up, and it's how I responded to it. We started somewhere. Soto said he started off. He wasn't even benching. He was benching a miniature bar. I was fat. Like, I'm telling you guys, everybody starts somewhere. We've started somewhere. You look at the most successful people in the world. They've started somewhere. It's the foundation, and how you choose to build yourself up as a person is what makes people successful. And that's what we're trying to get you guys to do. It's not about where you're at. It's not about what's happened to you. It's not about any of that. It's about, I don't care if you can get in the gym and curl 5 pounds. We don't care. You're starting somewhere, because eventually,
even if it's
you keep curling 5 pounds, 2 weeks later, you're going to move on to the 10s. 2 weeks later after that, you're going to move on to the 15s. It's a slow progression, but you got to trust the process. You have to fall in love with the process, and you got to love the grind. We don't love the results. We love the grind and the preparation that gets us there. I'm addicted. We're addicted to it.
When we talk about things sometimes, I'm like we finished the workout last week for our shoot, and I literally was like, dude, I'm about to go get another one in.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, I want to get another one in. Because we're addicted. We want to, I'm obsessed. I go to sleep, think about it, and the first thing I think about when I wake up, I brush my face, brush my teeth, wash my face, and I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's get this started.
Exactly.
I'm not trying to waste any time. And that's the difference, because I used to like to waste time, I used to like to lollygag, do this, that, and the third, but and all that aside, it's not all about fitness. Our main thing, our biggest thing, our biggest, common denominator is fitness, and what we want to get across. We do want to motivate people to get out there and try fitness and try working out and better themselves and stay fit, stay healthy. Because if we do that, we wouldn't be in situations like this with a pandemic if everyone kept on top of their immune system. Whatever. But I'm Team Mask anyway. But
Team Mask, where they at?
Our mask is down.
Are we 6 feet apart?
Yes.
We are. I mean,
but
we didn't get the bullet of that.
Something like whatever your thing is, whether it's arts, whether it's school, whether it's being a great mother, being a great father, maybe you're a bad father now and you want to change things around and you want to hop on that. Let's go, let's do it. The next day to start is tomorrow. And if it's fitness, then this is right up your alley. But it's not just to motivate people to go out and go to the gym, which is gonna be what we're talking about most of the time, but whatever it is you do, you gotta go out there and you gotta give it 110%. And if you want to start fresh, you can start fresh tomorrow. It doesn't have to be like, oh my gosh, well, maybe I'll wait for the weather to change, or once this thing comes up, that's a good time for me. No, do it tomorrow. Stop BSing yourself, stop lying to yourself, stop looking in the mirror and telling yourself that stuff that is not true. Because at the end of the day, the only person that you have to stay true to yourself is you. So you have to do that every single day, in and out. Whatever it is you do, you have to give it 110% and start today. Start as soon as you put your phone down.
Great quote that I've heard. Not a quote, but the book that I was reading by Dr. Rob Bell. It's not about the setback, it's about the comeback. I read a passage in the book, and what the passage was, how many people for their New Year's resolutions are like, okay, I'm gonna get a gym membership. I'm gonna lose 50 pounds. I'm gonna do this New Year's resolution. And you see more resolutions than not decide not to work out. And the reason behind that is because this.
Half-assed.
Not even half-assed. At the end of the day, it's like, okay, so you missed that one day at the gym. You're like, I missed that day at the gym. I'll just go tomorrow. But then, once you miss that one day at the gym, then it becomes a routine. It becomes a habit. It's a triple effect. Dr. Rob Bell says, he goes, you eat that piece of cake, but there's only a half a cake left, then you're going to wind up eating that whole cake because you eat that half piece of cake. You know what? It's like, I missed the gym. Why not? Like, okay, I could just miss another day. It's like, all right, I eat this piece of cake. Might as well just eat the whole rest of the cake.
When was the last time
it's the same? It's a trial and error. It's the same effect.
Yeah. When was the last time somebody went to the bar and really got one drink? You go there, and next thing you know, you're out late, you wake up the next morning feeling shitty, workout sucks, you might not even go to the workout. And you know what? Whole weekend's gone. And it's a trickle effect, domino effect, that's something I used to have the biggest fear of missing out. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, I don't want all my friends out partying and I'm home and I have to wake up for this workout. I'm not missing anything. Those sacrifices, they're not gonna come back and bite me in the butt the way making those bad decisions will. Making those bad decisions, they'll come back and bite me in the butt. Making these sacrifices, they're only gonna better me for the future. And those sacrifices, I commend myself. I can admire myself and be proud of myself. Like, listen, you haven't been out partying 2-3 months. Good for you. You're not. You don't miss that scene.
He talks about the parties, and it's like, guys, like
you're
gonna miss a party, and then it's like you're gonna forget about it 2 days later.
Yeah.
Like at the grand scheme of things, you're not missing out. You putting work into yourself is what's gonna make you feel good about yourself, and what's gonna take you to the level that you guys want to be at. I'm telling you right now, for everybody sitting here, listening to us right now, it starts right here. It starts with you looking in the mirror and identifying, okay, what is wrong with myself? I know this is what's wrong with myself, and I know I want to make a change. Don't be afraid. Listen, guys, we're starting this because we want to interact with you guys. We want to hear what you guys are going through. We want to give you guys as much help as possible, fitness-wise, mental-wise, anything in between.
We're not perfect.
We're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. So if you mess up once in a while, it's okay. Like, it's okay. But if you try and limit like the amount of times that you mess up from the more times that you succeed with like what foods you're choosing, you're gonna see some big changes.
That's the biggest thing. Like, 'cause I was a kid. I used to just eat whatever I wanted to eat whenever I wanted to eat it. And as a weightlifter, you can kind of get away with that. You know, you can get away with moving a little sluggish and just banging out the squats, banging out the deadlift, get that clean and jerk done. But as a mixed martial artist now, I have to. What I eat is how I operate. So I didn't start eating vegetables until 2019, and I've never felt better. My skin is clear. My energy levels are through the roof. My testosterone's up. Ask my girlfriend. But I feel great. I'm moving great. So I really realize what I'm eating is like how I react. When I have like a slice of pizza and then I go in the gym, I feel that slice of pizza swishing around in my stomach. But when I have egg whites and spinach and I have my my potatoes nice and baked, not fried or whatever, I feel great. I'm eating the right carbs at the right times. I'm trying to get in greens on every single plate that I have, and I know that's what I need. You know what I mean? There's days when I'm like, yeah, I'm getting wings because I'm watching a football game. What I look like in the salad when I'm out, I'm at Chicky and Pete's. Now I'm getting the crab fries because I know tomorrow I got a 6 a.m. run, and I know tomorrow I'm doing a juice, and I know my diet for tomorrow. I'm amping it up, and like I know if I go out, I'm either doing something that sets me up to be able to put myself in a position like, all right, yeah, I know I'm going out, let me go harder. So I know I'm gonna get that burger with the extra bacon. And then I know after I do that, maybe it's a fight night and I have a couple drinks with the buddies. I know tomorrow, we gotta sweat all this out. I'm not keeping this slut. I'm not letting this weigh me down into my Monday. I'm not gonna have a slow Sunday. No, Sunday's a sprint day. So I'm getting all that out of my body.
Exactly what he just said. Like he has a day where he eats poorly or he doesn't work out.
He intentionally tries to, but if it happens,
but it happens. Nobody's perfect. But he just like Esteban just said. This is our point. We're trying to make. If you have bad days, it's how you respond to those bad days. So because he had a bad day on Saturday, you damn sure know Esteban's not waking up on Sunday having a bad day. He's gonna have the best day he's ever had, or at least at the top of the list.
Most productive.
That's what we're trying to get you guys. Just because you have a bad day of eating, just because you have a bad day of working out, just because you missed that workout, we're not trying to tell you guys, oh, work out 7 days a week, eat clean 7 days a week, mental train 7 days a week. It's try and do things as much as you can.
Challenge yourself.
Be
a better version of you, whatever that means, whatever your goal is, whatever your target is, whatever you're doing, whatever it is. Try to be the best version of yourself going into every single day. Wake up with a smile on your face. Wake up motivated. Wake up in charge of, in control of your life.
Big Baby Little Crazy fans. So our challenge for you guys for the week is anybody dealing with absolutely anything. We firsthand want you guys to be able to reach out to the both of us. Yeah. We're both two people that'll give you guys some great knowledge. We're open people. We don't judge. We'll listen. We can relate. It'll be awesome. Our challenge to you guys is this. We want each person, if they are unhappy with something, if they're insecure about something, we want that person to identify, look in the mirror, and do something about it to make a change. Better yourself. Listen to me, guys. You can do this. You're not alone. So many people in this world are fighting the same exact battle as you. The people that get past that battle are the people that respond. And that's what we're trying to get you guys to do.
So the big picture of the challenge is, I want you to get started. This first one, whatever it is that you know it's going to be challenging, that you know you need to start, that you've been lacking on, you've been slacking on, that you've been BSing, Let's start it. Whatever it is. It could be the first baby step. It could be the small little teensy weensy step.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to episode 1. Like I said, I'm Brian Gerber with G Fitness. You can follow me on Instagram at BLG4Fitness. There's great content on there, workouts, with everything in between, nutrition, mindset, everything like that. So guys, I want to thank you guys so much, and there's some great content coming here. This is just the start, and it's only going to get better.
Absolutely. I want to thank you guys too for tuning in to our first episode of the Big Baby Little Crazy podcast. I'm really excited, just like Brian, to just get this whole thing started and see where this movement can really go. You know, this is just the beginning. Like, you're gonna see a lot of different sides of us, and you're gonna like it. We're gonna open up a lot more. You're gonna tell a lot of stories, a lot of different insights about how we do what we do and why we do what we do. So I'm very grateful and thankful for this opportunity to talk to you guys and work with my buddy and work with Christian Angelini. And yeah, you guys can follow me on Instagram at Real Soto MMA. That's SOTO MMA, real. Yeah, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Big Baby Little Crazy on YouTube. Start subscribing, start liking videos, start dropping comments. And what time is it?
Yo, hold up, it's 9:20. You gotta finish up the workout. Let's go.
Oh snap, dude, we're running late, man. We gotta get